So welcome back everyone to our live edition of Pass It On. We're here at the Worldchefs Congress in Wales, surrounded by hundreds of chefs from across the whole global hospitality industry. For those of you that are joining us for the first time, this is Winnow's platform for chefs and hospitality leaders to share real stories, insights, and actions they're taking to build a more sustainable future for the industry. And while we normally talk a lot about food waste, a sustainable industry also means taking better care of the people behind it. And today's guest has played one of the most important roles in pushing that forward and helping remove the stigma behind mental health within the industry. Excited to welcome Chris Hall, founder and CEO of the Burnt Chef Project, an incredible organization focused on mental health support, training and education. And super excited to learn more about you today.
Thank you ever so much. Yeah, love it. Love the setting. Love the setup.
No, thank you. Perfect. So I'm going to dive straight into the questions. So what actually first drew you into hospitality and what led you to start the Burnt Chef Project?
Okay, two very contrasting questions.
Yeah.
The first one, so my mum, right, is an incredible natural empath who spent years working with people with physical disabilities. She's worked in care homes, but alongside those jobs, she always worked and ran in pubs as well on the side. So I spent many of my years, she's also a biker. And so I spent many of my years surrounded by incredible hospitality venues, pubs mainly.
Yeah.
And
where were the pubs or where?
down in Bournemouth.
In Bournemouth. Oh,
Yeah.
I love Bournemouth.
So it's my hometown,
Yeah.
although I live in Somerset now. And so my mum has this, she's got this empathic side, beautifully empathic, but also spent years working in hospitality. And so I got in tremendous amounts of debt when I was younger, trying to play a game of life and keep up with the rat race. And I needed an extra income to be able to help pay it off. So I followed in my mother's footsteps and I took a job in a very busy Wetherspoons down in Bournemouth with 2 floors, 4 lines back to back. And I loved it.
Yeah.
I love the adrenaline. I love the pace. I love the interactions with the customers, the relationships you built with each other. And I was like, I can see this.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it full time.
Yeah.
Because, after cleaning down and finishing work at 3 a.m,
it's very,
and then starting again
tough.
at 9, and your feet still hurt and you've fallen asleep at the wheel of your car parked when you get home. But I fell in love with it, but I never went into a kitchen, ever.
So you were just front
of house,
yeah.
Bars, and I worked a lot in nightclubs as well. And again, got to enjoy the music, enjoy the environment and the vibe, but got paid whilst doing it, which was fantastic. And then when I moved from Bournemouth to Somerset, I ended up taking a job as a sales rep in food wholesale because I spent my life in sales. And the first thing I did was I walk into a Michelin star kitchen and I try and sell the chef. This is Bath Priory in Bath. I try and sell Sam Moody frozen grouse. And he said to me, "Where's it from?" And I was like, "Devon." And he was like, "Get out of my kitchen."
Really?
In the nicest possible way. Him and Kush, who runs Sorted Food.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kush was like, "It's time for you to go." And I was like, "What have I done?" He was like, "Look, just let me give you some advice. If you come into this industry, at least know what you're talking about because we don't have the time." And that kind of stuck with me. And I fell in love with a side of the sector I'd never seen before. The creativity, the flavor profiles, making sure that I knew about the 14 different varieties of strawberries that existed to make sure that people had different flavor profiles, had to know what I was talking about. But because you are then working on such an intricate level with your clients, you get to hear about the stories and experiences. And through that and my own personal experience, the idea of the Burnt Chef Project was born, which was opening up dialogue around mental health in Bournemouth.
Amazing. Yeah, no. And I know that feeling of stepping into like a fine dining kitchen, like it's just a completely different level. And if you don't know what you're talking about, it's so exposed.
So much so. Like I remember Royal Crescent was another one I walked into at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and people were chopping.
Yeah.
And they look up and they're sort of like, like that scene from Tom and Jerry where the other mice are going, "Don't go out there because there's a cat." And they're like, "No." And I walk into the kitchen and they're like, don't. I was like, whatever. Like, I didn't know anything about service times. And I walk in there and David Campbell comes out. He's like, what the fuck are you doing in my kitchen?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know if I can swear.
No
What are you doing in my kitchen? Get out.
All the checks rolling, like, don't disturb me now.
Yeah, everyone's in. And I was like, whoa, God, this guy's got a major problem. And I went back to the office and they were like, what time did you go in?
Yeah.
I went 1 o'clock. And they were like,
The
you
worst.
idiot. Like,
Yeah.
learn what you're doing. And so
What
really,
did you do after that experience? Did you?
I just made sure that I learned everything.
Yeah.
So I've recently been diagnosed with ADHD, and I think that knowing that information now is that I like some things I'm no good at, playing the harmonica, DJing, things that I've really thrown myself into. Things I am good at are learning about the intricacies of hospitality, mental health, and well-being. And so I wanted to learn about modern gastronomy. I wanted to learn about, I was importing truffles from the Blue Mountains in Italy, beautiful truffles, learning how to store them and to keep them fresh, so that I could pass that
How do you
knowledge
store
on.
those actually?
In rice.
In rice?
First and foremost.
Really?
But you also you can wrap them in like a slightly damp cloth.
Yeah, I
keep
used to
them
do
moist.
that, wrapping them in cloth, but I never heard of the rice technique.
Rice, because it then moves into the rice flavor, so you get a more sustained flavor profile, and you can use it for more things. But you wrap it in a slightly damp cloth, and you change like a muslin, and you change that regularly to keep it moist. Otherwise, it dries out. It doesn't become that nice. It shrinks and shrivels a bit like a prune. So
don't want that.
no, when you're spending £4,500 a kilo on a product. So but you have to know these sort of intimate details to be able to be taken seriously in an industry that doesn't have spare time to fuck about, right?
And throughout of your experience working as a supplier, like for all the different kitchens, at what moment did you realize that the industry needs to change the way it supports its people? Like, when did you realize it was such a big problem?
The big profound moment came on two fronts. First and foremost, when I was talking to my friends and my clients, and we'd come up to a bank holiday.
Yeah.
And I'd say to them, what is it you're doing this weekend? They were like, we've got 3 AFDs and we probably won't see our families this weekend. And I was like, oh God, I feel really bad about that. I feel awkward about that. But that's the service industry, right? And then it wasn't until I went through my own mental health challenges and struggles, and I started to really invest my time into learning more about psychology and biology and human performance, that I suddenly went, why? Why do we have to operate in this always on over expenditure of energy, detriment of oneself, of relationships, of health, in order to make this shit work? Okay, there's the commercial element and we have to make money. But if we've got turnover rates of 125 to 150%, and it's costing us, say, £4,000 a time, you're literally watching your profit margins walk out the door by not protecting the beating heart of the industry, the people. And I just couldn't get my head around why there wasn't an organization tackling this aggressively head on when it was causing such harm to human life and also to commercial entities. So trying to make money. So that's really why I started the project, and I started it from humble beginnings as a photography campaign and just kept growing it from there, really.
Yeah. And what do you find most people say when they ask why it has to be like this? What do you think the answer is? Or why do people think it has to be that way?
That's a very, very good question. I'm usually the one asking people, why are you doing that way?
But obviously you've asked that question, like, what do you hear the most?
Well, we've always done it this way.
Yeah.
It's when you work in busy, fast-paced environments, your stress levels rise. You go into a fight and flight response. When you're in a fight and flight response back as a cave person, running away from a saber-toothed tiger, you don't stop to think, let me just ponder about different ways that I can make this process a little bit more efficient and run away from the tiger faster, or build a little tree hut. You're not thinking about that because you're like, God, I gotta run.
Your life,
I've got to run or I've got to turn and fight it, right? When you're in an environment that experiences abnormal levels of pressure and stress, it's very difficult to think, hold on a second, let's just stop for a moment. And we had a brilliant opportunity over COVID where during the early days of the project, I was saying to people, you're only going to get one shot. Everyone's trying to survive. The world's hit, the dark depths of despair, but we only have one opportunity to come up for air and to look at how we do things to improve things, because we're not going to get this opportunity again when things start to turn again. And unfortunately there was other priorities at that time, but I think people, given permission and given time off, people can come up with some incredible solutions that weren't thought about before.
It's true. Like when you're in it, you have no idea what's happening to your body. I can even speak for myself. Like when I was working like those hours, it wasn't until afterwards I was like, I wasn't supposed to feel that way.
No.
Because your mind is like not working normally.
But it also, again, using the saber-toothed tiger analogy, when you are feeling stressed, your brain goes, anything is possible. I can leap over that ravine.
Yeah.
I've got superhuman strength. People have been known to pull cars off of loved ones when they're stressed and that adrenaline kicks in, right? Your brain tells you that everything is possible and you are superhuman. So there's also this element of, okay, so I can do 60, 70, 80 hours. I can work under extreme pressure, heat, noise, light, the ticket machine going off every 2 seconds. Your brain kind of tricks you. But then you have the come down period.
Yeah.
Where
the adrenaline's gone and
and your stomach starts to wake up again because that's not needed in fight or flight. And you go, oh, I'm really hungry. But then you crave sugar and carbohydrates to put yourself back into that energy storage mode. So it's a really interesting dynamic. And I think, what we're looking at is generational change here, but being aware of these things, the reliance upon nicotine, substances, caffeine to fuel that performance isn't normal.
It's true. And what advice would you give to anyone to get out of that stage or have that time to kind of reflect and improve? Like, how can people start doing that?
It's a really good question, and it's really intricate as well. Not impossible. People need to earn money. Businesses need to turn over tables in order to survive. There's a natural pace that the hospitality sector has that's unlike any other environment in the world, right? But I think by being conscious and mindful of the fact that we're not robots, we're not indestructible, no matter how invincible you feel, is the first step. And with that, we do something called the Mise en Journal, which is a well-being book that I put together that allows people to go, have I drunk enough water today? If you're in the kitchen environment, you'll dehydrate a lot more water than you would do if you were out on the streets. Have I fed myself properly? And have I fed myself with square, balanced meals? Which is often the first thing that you just go, I don't have time for that today. Have I taken time to do exercise? And all of this, someone's chef said to me the other day, how do you expect me to do this when I'm doing 60, 70-hour weeks? I know it's really difficult. But I've started running recently. I'm a terrible runner. And I've started watching what I eat. I've started taking vitamin D supplements. And people watching this will probably go, well, you're Mr. Wellbeing. You should have done this already. But even I, when I'm in stress positions, go, that can wait. The impact on my performance, on my ideas, on my sleep has been so profound in the last 2 weeks alone that I'm kicking myself for not doing it sooner. But I've had to consciously make time for that. And I think unless you change your conscious behavior.
And how did you do that switch? Like, what pushed you?
In all honesty, being diagnosed with ADHD, I have to take medication, which I haven't yet been prescribed. And I went through a health MOT to do that. I had high blood pressure. I had vitamin D deficiency. My liver wasn't performing as well as it should do. And my ECG showed that my heart had some abnormalities. And at that moment, I went, I've not been taking care of myself. I've not been exercising as much as I should, other than walking the dog, which is still good exercise. I've not really been balancing my diet as well as I should, because I've just been craving quick food, especially if I'm traveling a lot. And I thought, I need to get this sorted, because unless I can get the medication I need to help me become a little bit more balanced with my energy use, they won't give me the medication if I'm not in a good physical state. So I did it because there was a result in mind. But actually, the profound impact of that is that it's been more beneficial to me than potentially the ADHD medication will be.
Glad you've made those changes.
We've got to keep it up now.
But I guess it's kind of linked. But what would you say your ingredients for success are? Like, how have you got to your position, founding this company, and being so impactful within the industry? Like, how have you done that?
Bit of good fortune and luck. I say serendipity follows me around like a bad smell. Now, whether you believe in energy flows and the universe and things falling into your path, or you believe in optimistic mindset and just seeing opportunities that other people don't see, I think you have to be open to infinite possibility. And this is going to sound so airy-fairy, but I tell this story, right? When I was younger, I wanted to start a window cleaning business when I was 13. And I couldn't get to sleep for hours. And I remember pricing it all up in my head, and I went downstairs and I told my parents were like, that's a nice idea, but you're 13. That probably will never work. And I went, oh, okay. And I went back to bed. And over my career, I've always worked my ass off, outperformed, built businesses for other people in the hope that I would get a pay rise. Or maybe another title, right? And there is nothing wrong with that at all. I'm not saying that at all. But it wasn't until I put my head above the parapet and went, fuck it.
I'm going to do it.
I'm going to do it. And if I fall flat on my face doing it, at least I can say I've tried. Rather than listening to the views and opinions of other people and embodying that as my own. And so in October 2019, after the photography campaign had been running, I said, fuck it, I'm going to do a talk about mental health. And
Where was it, the talk?
In Terroir in Southbourne. So it's a Green Michelin star restaurant that unfortunately is no longer there. Run by James Fowler, a friend of mine. And I messaged him saying, can I do a talk about mental health? And he was like, yeah, what are you going to say? I went, no idea. I've picked a date at random. I'm talking about something I'm not qualified to talk about. Can I borrow your restaurant? And he went, yeah, sure, fine. Like I've had my photo taken. I'm part of this. Expected no one to turn up. And we had 65 people there. People were out on the street listening to it. And at that moment, I realized, okay, what else can I do? And so I think believe in yourself. And even if you don't believe in yourself, try it anyway. Because you are so much more stronger and more resilient. And you can deliver so much more impact than you can ever think possible. And so I've applied that now, not just to this business, but other businesses. I own an outdoor laser tag company.
Oh, really?
Because I thought,
why not?
I enjoy it. Yeah, so I run it.
What is it called?
It's called Laser Assault in Somerset.
Okay.
Went on a stag do, did laser tag, and this was 2 years into Burnt Chef, and I was like, Burnt Chef was a fluke. You know, we're driving impact, we're hopefully changing lives. I'm going to try it to see if it works. So I took a loan out, very risky. I took a loan out, and I was like, if it doesn't work, I'll sell the equipment and I'll pay off the most of the loan. I was like, but let's just see if this works. 4 years on, I've got 100 5-star reviews.
Wow.
Because I went and tried it. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to run an outdoor activity center, but I was prepared to make a mistake, providing it wasn't going to put me at financial or physical risk. And it paid off. And so I think just have that internal confidence. And I think the other thing I would say as well is self-care. Don't underestimate it. Even when your brain's telling you that you are able to achieve great things and you prove to yourself time and time again you can, don't underestimate that self-care, because it impacts you, it impacts your family around you, and looking after yourself is the primary number one thing that you have to do, because without that, everything else falls by the wayside.
Yeah, it's true. If you don't look after yourself, how are you expected to do anything else?
It's true, really.
But yeah, no, incredible about your laser tag business. I've never heard of that. I don't think I've played, but
so here's the thought process, and it's literally just come to me. Why don't we do a into hospitality competition as like a fundraising day. Everyone come to my site in Somerset.
Yes.
And we spend so I did a session yesterday with a load of children. I played a little bit. In 90 minutes, I burned 700 calories running
Playing
up
laser tag.
laser
Oh
tag.
my God.
So you can get fit, get
It's going to
fun.
replace all the cardio.
Yeah, it's good for you. You're outside in nature and it's highly competitive. Maybe we can get partners to throw prizes in for first, second and third. And
definitely something different.
there we go. You've heard it here first.
It's recorded. It's live.
Yeah.
We're going to do it.
Yeah. If you're interested, get in touch.
Perfect. And what would you say your proudest achievement is so far within the Burnt Chef project?
I would say my proudest is we have built the most incredible, open, driven network of individuals that I've ever known. So back in the early days, I wanted to create a web around the world of people with lived experience who can support their community.
Yeah.
Never did I envisage that would now be. So in a week, we've had 100 applications. We're almost up to 400 ambassadors.
Really, 400
on every continent, including the Antarctic Antarctic British Research Facility. We have volunteers from every country around the world, and I am so infinitely proud of them because it takes a tremendous amount of strength to talk about your own experiences and to stand up and be counted. But these guys, last year we trained 58 colleges face to face, and it was them who did it, who told their story to students and who were empowering change. So I think that's probably one of the proudest elements of the work we do, because they inspire others to get involved and they inspire others to reach out and get help. And without them, it would just be me banging a drum in Somerset, hoping that someone would listen. So, that's probably the most profound element.
And you said they're training the colleges, so that's incredible. You're already talking to the future of hospitality. So
I mean, we've trained over 280 colleges in 5 years, face to face.
Yeah,
that's like we've
plus
now
all the e-learning and everything. Like there must be
e-learning,
so
86,000 modules completed in 3 years across 76 countries. And now we're rolling that out to college students for fixed and growth mindset and a whole host of other
free course that chefs and kitchens have to take.
Yeah,
it should be everywhere.
Well, look, it's free.
Yeah.
We're here to create generational change and to save lives and improve lives and give our wonderful profession an opportunity to continue to grow and thrive, rather than just go, oh, no one wants to do it anymore, and just accept that as the fact without actually addressing some of the root causes. So everyone needs to access it. There's no excuse anymore. It's all there.
It's all there for free.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then I actually wanted to end with a little quick fire round.
Okay, go for it.
Short answers if possible. So one word to describe hospitality.
Fantastic. No.
Shake your word.
Awesome. No.
Awesome.
I want to swear and put it into 2 words, but I can't.
You can do it.
Fucking incredible.
Yes, it is. Yeah, every day is an incredible journey.
There's so many words that can describe it. Diverse, creative, powerful, just mind-bending. Like this, it's like, honestly, having worked in other sectors,
it's the best.
You fall in love with it. It grabs you.
It's like addictive. Like you can't really get away from it.
Yeah. It's like Well, I'm still here, so
exactly.
It's got me by the horns.
And what would your final meal be?
Oh, this is a really hard one because I change my mind every day.
The same. Whenever people ask me, it's a different answer. But today at the Worldchefs Congress, what would your final meal be?
Cottage pie.
Cottage pie.
Yeah, I quite like things with mince in.
Yeah.
But a nice cottage pie with plenty of cheese on top, parmesan, nice, really deep, rich sauce, really fluffy potato. Yeah, that for me.
Good
no carrots in it though.
Comfort food then. You wouldn't go too fancy.
See, I do like fine dining food, but I'm more comfort food, like lasagna or meatballs or chili con carne. again, they're all very beefy heavy.
Well, hopefully they have some of that at the buffet today.
Yes, I'm
We'll
most
find
looking forward
out.
to it. Yeah.
One trait every great chef needs.
Can't speak on behalf of chefs because I've
Oh,
never been one, but adaptability and probably self-care.
one thing the industry needs to change.
Open conversations around mental health and right support systems in place as well.
One person or platform that inspires you.
Oh, one person. I'm inspired by our entire network of ambassadors. So that's 400 people
400
today.
people. Yeah.
But their strength and courage and just their power is the reason why I keep doing what I do on a daily basis.
Amazing. And then last one food waste hack at home.
Food waste hack at home. Do not throw away your potato peelings. Everyone has an air fryer now. Whack those bad boys in an air fryer with a little bit of salt, a tiny little bit of oil. My God, you've got the best crisps
Yeah.
ever. And it's much better for you as well because the skin contains a lot of
Definitely.
good stuff. So
All the flavor and the nutrients are basically in the peels.
yeah,
That's one of Wojtek's favorites, potato peels. He might have some in the taste test later as well if you're
good.
stopping by.
Yes, yeah. Potato, but again, I mean, air fryers.
Yeah.
Yes, they started off as a bit of a gimmick, but I do my own biltong in it now, save wasting any perhaps bits of beef that are too bristly or courgettes. Like there's so much you can dehydrate it. It lasts longer. Cranberries I've done recently.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I actually don't have an air fryer, but I do want to get one. I've just moved flat in London, so I have some space now, so can get one.
It's space saving.
Yeah.
It might, I mean, I think it would probably go as far as to replace a microwave.
Yeah.
You can do poached eggs in it, but it does help reduce that food waste because you've got, you don't have to pay a lot of money for really expensive equipment now to keep and store your food.
Yeah.
So that I would say, and also freeze down your leftover gravies and stocks,
Definitely.
or even hollandaise. Like I reuse all of it, and my God,
Yeah.
it tastes so much better second time round as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like if you freeze it, you haven't just made it. So I feel like when you're cooking and then you taste it at the end, it's like, I'm tired now. So when you freeze it and take it out, you haven't had the work behind. So
Maybe
it feels fresh and new, but
maybe, but then it's like growing your own produce. Your own carrot and tomatoes always taste better than the ones you buy at the shop.
It's true.
And there's a lot of reasons because it's not mass produced, but you put that love and care and attention into producing it, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe one for your viewers to vote on.
Definitely. But yes, that wraps up all the questions.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for joining me today. Really enjoyed having you.
Very welcome. Thank you for your questions. Great questions.